So the 7th track off the album is In Another Life. And in my head, when I wrote it, I had this grand vision of like a Drops of Jupiter, like grand piano sound, like a finale, you know? Not necessarily for an album or anything, but just this kind of really broad sound of the piano was going to make an echo, kind of like, you know, wall of sound, big room, almost like a stadium or arena type of sound. And everybody, you know, could get behind it and, you know, sing along, and it really, this kind of almost like an anthem. And so that's what I originally went into for writing it, and that's why at the very beginning, it's just, you know, nice piano chords kind of going back and forth, which we tried to give it like a really big, you know, roomy kind of feel, like you were doing it in like your own living room, because that's kind of where it originated, you know, from back when I was, you know, 18 years old. But when I was going along in the process of writing it, and when eventually I took it into the studio, in my head, the more I kept going on with it, the more I thought, you know, this theme was a good idea, but really I can see it going even further than that. So it started to become more of this like Ed Sheeran, Shape of You type of like faster, you know, almost like a song in my head I was like, what song would you be able to, you know, play in a nightclub? Which song would you be able to, you know, get people moving behind, and how could we do that with this track? And so, you know, just based off of the piano chords that we did have and that intro, you know, we were able to build on that. And so, as far as the, you know, story goes, it's pretty, I think it's a good one. You know, it's I think the general theme that you see in kind of EDM and stuff is, you know, this idea of living in the moment. You know, you meet somebody that you can't really be with because of several factors in your own life and in their life, and yet, you know, it's this concept of, you know, maybe if we were in another life, this would work out. And so taking that central theme and then just applying it to this, you know, idea of like, you know, you met him like while you were at a party, or you met him while you were at a club, and, you know, you're just kind of living in that moment, and that's all that you have. And the song, I really like that we were able to get such a great sound, especially on the main riff. It had, you know, the nice build up. It sounds like almost like water piling up, you know, right before the beat drops. You know, this like big wave that all just comes crashing down. And yeah, I think, you know, we put some background vocals in, and you know, it was John Howard who produced the album. He was a big help on taking my ideas and helping me expand them. And I think it really came out really well. Which it's kind of across, like people, you hear it and it's like, this isn't typically, you know, rock and roll. It's not typically what you would hear on necessarily a rock album, unless maybe I was like Coldplay. But I like the feel that we got from it, and you know, I think it's a great song. You can dance to it. It's a great song to play, you know, for your friends. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. My second album, After the Apocalypse, is available everywhere.